Hi, this is Stepehne Pierce, and I want to welcome you to The Power to Create Profits. And today what I want to talk to you about is what we call the profit trinity. Now, what exactly is the profit trinity? Well, regardless of what business you're in, regardless of what industry you're in, and regardless of where you're doing business in the world, there are actually three things that absolutely must be aligned if you want your business to experience any kind of success. Now, what are those three things? One, your ideas. Your ideas have to excite the marketplace, because if your ideas aren't exciting, people are not going to buy from you. It doesn't matter how exciting the ideas are to you. If the ideas do not excite your marketplace, people are not going to buy from you. What is the second thing? The second thing is your products and services. Your products and services have to deliver on the value proposition. And what's the third thing? Your marketing. You have to use meaningful marketing messages that are able to cut through that info fog that's out there. Now, recently, CNET did an article where they kind of did a flashback and looked at some of the dot bombs, as they called them, some of the companies during the rise of the NASDAQ, that the companies that just completely bombed. And they had like Webvan and some companies like that were on there. And I was looking at the list, and I found it kind of interesting, because when you look at the profit trinity, you see that none of those companies had a marketing problem. None of those companies had a problem as far as getting investor money. And that brings up another point. The SBA, which is the Small Business Administration, did a survey of over 3 million failed businesses, and what they found out was over 70% of the businesses did not have a marketing problem. They had plenty of money for all the marketing, but they didn't have sales. People were not buying their products. What they had were idea problems and product problems. And I'm going back to that list of the top companies that CNET was focusing on that failed. There was two different kinds of groups that we were looking at. You had the groups that had really good ideas that did not translate well to products and services. And then you had companies that had horrible ideas that didn't translate well to good products and services. Like one guy said, and I forgot who said it, he said, the worst thing that can happen to a bad product is good marketing. Right? So if you don't have a marketing problem, but your sales kind of suck, then chances are you may have an idea problem or you may have a product problem. And those things have to be in alignment. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to be good enough. You have to have the proper synergy between the ideas that you're producing, how those translate into products and services, and the marketing messages and the marketing mix that you're using to deliver those products to the marketplace. So make sure that you develop ideas that don't just excite you, but ideas that excite the marketplace. Again, it doesn't matter what the economy is doing. If your ideas are exciting, people are going to buy into those ideas. And those ideas have to translate well into products and services that deliver on the value that you're proposing. And on top of that, you have to have meaningful marketing messages that's able to cut through that info fog that's out there, because there's a lot of marketing that's going on. There's a lot of noise that's out there. And if your messages are not meaningful, you're just going to be adding to the noise, and nobody's going to hear you, and nobody's going to see you. So write that down. Your ideas, your products and your services, and your marketing needs to be in alignment. There needs to be a synergy there. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be good enough. You have to hit that sweet spot, and you'll see your business grow. Until next time, this is Stepehne Pierce, and remember, you do have the power to create profits.